Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's lecture, we are going to solve one problem on slope deflection method. Okay. So the problem is here we are having one indeterminate beam in which you can see that at A and D we are having fixed support. Okay, and C we are having some intermediate support. Okay, and at B we are providing one internal hinge, right? So this is nothing but this is internal hinge. Okay. So at internal hinge, we are applying the load of 120 kilonewton, right? So the problem is we need to analyze this beam using slope deflection method where 120 kilonewton load is acting at this hinge, okay? And in the analyzing of this beam, what I meant is that we need to find these what you can say reaction set supports and the internal relation which is bending moment and shear force. Okay, so in the slope deflection method we have already discussed that in if we want to find these external reactions and internal reaction, first we need to find the displacement. Okay, and displacement we will define at the node points. Okay, so in this figure what are the node points? Okay, this is one node point, this is one node point, okay, this is one node point, and this is another node point, right? So in this beam, we are having basically 4 node points, okay? 4 nodes, right? So now we need to define our kinematic indeterminacy, or you can say that displacement at these node points, okay? So as you can see that A support is fixed, so we'll have here 0 displacement, okay? Now let us come to B point. In the B point, which is internal hinge over here, at this B point, I can have one vertical deflection, okay, delta in downward direction, and at the hinge I will be having 2 rotation. Okay, let us make it as theta BA and theta BC. Okay, this beam, if this is internal hinge, this will rotate like this. Okay, so we'll have here we'll be having 2 different theta value. Okay, so at this point I will be having 3 displacement. Okay, now let us come to this intermediate hinge support, or you can say that intermediate roller support. At this point I'll be having only theta C. Okay, again at this point delta is 0 and theta is 0 because this is fixed support. Here delta is equals to 0, right? So this is the case. So in this problem, how many unknowns are there? 3 from here and 1 here. So 4 unknowns basically. 4 unknowns. Okay. So if I want to analyze this beam, I need to find these displacement components. Okay. When the load is applied on this beam, this portion can come down. That's why this delta is coming. Okay. And hinge we have 2 different rotation, right? So 4 unknowns we need to if we want to find the, you can say that the bending moment and shear force or reactions, we need to find first these 4 unknowns, right? So now let us come to this what you can say that slope deflection. Consider A B portion. Okay, so in slope deflection what I am assuming that I am considering each portion, each member as a fixed support, as a fixed that means if I am considering AB portion, in slope deflection I am assuming that this portion is fixed. Okay, if this is A, this is B, right? Now let us write the slope deflection equation for this portion AB. So I can write MAB equals to M of AB plus 2 EI over V L, and this is equals to twice theta A plus theta B minus of, now you can see that this portion will come down. Okay, when this portion is coming down, so basically this is the clockwise rotation. Okay, and we have already learned that when the right portion is coming down with respect to the left portion, the moment induced at this point will be anti-clockwise. Okay, so this we have already derived this thing. This is, let us write the direct expression, which is 3 delta by L. Okay. So this is the basic slope deflection equation which we for this AB section. Okay. Now let us put the value. MF AB will be 0. There is no load on the span AB. Okay, this load is coming on this joint, right? So there, due to this load, there won't be any friction moment. Okay. Now this theta A will be 0, fixed support. Okay, so final equation will be M of AB equals to 2EI over my 6. This is theta B minus of 3 delta by L. Okay. So if I solve this value, I can write MAB equals to 1 by 3 EI theta B, right, minus of EI delta by, what you can say that this L value is basically 6, so 1 by 2, this will be 6. Okay, so this is the first equation which we are getting after applying this slope deflection, after putting the value in this slope deflection equation. Okay, so let us write this equation over here. MAB equals to EI theta B over my 3 minus of EI delta over my 6. This is equation number first. Okay. So this is easy. This is easy. We have already discussed about this thing. Now consider this. From now we will provide. Now we will write the slope deflection equation with respect to this B support. Okay, so I can write MBA equals to M of BA plus 2EI over my L twice theta B plus theta A. This will be theta BA plus theta A minus of again 3 delta by L. Okay. Why theta BA? Because this is an internal hinge point. Okay, so here we will be having two rotations. Okay, that's why I have written theta BA. Okay, so now if we put the value over here, this point is again 0. Okay, this displacement, this theta is again 0. So MBA, which is equals to L is equals to 6. So this is nothing but 4 by 6 EI theta BA, right, minus of again EI delta by 6. Okay, delta will be same, right? So this is our second equation. So I can write MBA equals to 4 by 6 EI theta BA minus of EI delta over my 6. In the first equation also it will be theta BA. Okay. So this is the second equation which we are getting. Okay. Now you can also see that at this basically at this B is basically the internal hinge point. So at MBA will be 0 over here. MBA will be 0. Okay. So I can write this equation. This equals to 0 because MBA is 0. This is internal hinge. So I can put the support condition over here. Okay. Now let us come to this portion BC. Till now we haven't considered this effect of 120 kilonewton load. Okay, we'll see later how to take effect of this load, right? So now let us come to this support, this portion which is BC. Okay, so I can write MBC equals to M of MF BC plus 2EI over में L, this is twice theta BC plus theta C. Now you can see that this is the condition. Okay, this B, this internal hinge is coming down. Okay, so at this point there will be clockwise movement. Okay, so now I can write here plus 3 delta by L, right? This thing we have already discussed in detail. Now, if we put the values, now this MFBC will be 0 because there is no load in this span. Okay, theta BC, now this is okay. So MBC will also be 0. Okay, so I can write this 4 EI theta BC over में 6 plus EI theta C over में 3. Okay, and plus EI delta over में 6, and this is equal to 0. Why 0? Because this is MBC is actually 0. Okay, so again one equation is 0 equals to 4 EI 1 by 6 theta BC plus EI theta C over में 3 plus EI delta over में 6. So this is nothing but this is equation number 6. This is equation, not equation number 6, equation number 3, right? So here we are just using the concept that at internal hinge the moment is 0, because the purpose of internal hinge is basically to release the moment. Okay, so this is done. Now let us write this slope deflection equation considering this C support as a primary support. Okay, so I can write MCB equals to M of CB plus 2 EI over में L twice theta C plus theta BC plus 3 delta by L. Okay, this condition, this equation we already know. Okay, so again at MFCB will be 0, no load on this time. Okay, this is okay. Now I can write the equation like this: MCB equals to what you can say 4 EI theta C over में L over, or you can say that 6, right, plus 1 by 3 EI theta BC plus delta EI delta by 6. Okay, so this is one more expression I am getting over here. I can write MCB equals to 4 EI theta C over में 6 plus EI theta BC over में 3 plus EI delta over में 6. Okay, I can write this as a 4. Okay, so this is the case. Now let us come to this CD span. Now if we consider this as a fixed support, okay, so now this is C, this is D. So I can write MCD equals to MFCD plus 2 EI over में L twice theta C plus theta D. Okay, there is no settlement of supports for this C and D, so delta term will not be there. Okay, so I can write MCD equals to, this will be 0 plus L is again 6, so it is 4 by 6 EI theta C plus 1 by 3 EI theta D, and this theta D is term is 0. Okay, so I can write MCD equals to 4 by 6 EI theta C. So this is One more thing which we are getting, I can write MCD equals to 4 by 6 EI theta C. Okay, so let us term this as a 5/5. Okay, now we'll consider D as a primary support and we'll write the slope deflection equation. I can write MDC equals to, but you can say that MF DC plus 2EI over my L theta T plus theta C. Okay, so this term is basically 0 because this is fixed support. Okay, this term is also 0, there is no load on the span. So I can write MDC equals to basically 1 by 3 EI theta C. So this is one more thing which we are getting. Okay, so I can write MDC equals to 1 by 3 EI over my theta C. Okay. Now what we have did over here is that we have represented all the displacement in terms of what you can say that all the displacement in terms of end moments. Okay. So basically this is also unknown to us. This is unknown, this is unknown, this is unknown. Okay, this is also unknown. Okay. Now this when we have represent this force displacement relationship, this is nothing but this is force displacement relationship. Okay. Right. So here we have represented the end moments, or you can say that this internal reaction in terms of displacements. Okay. Right. So now let us form the equilibrium equation, which is the most important thing in the slope deflection equation. Okay, I can use this two equation because in this I'm only having that we are only having that unknown displacement over here. Okay, so now let us write the equilibrium equation for the support C. Okay, equilibrium equation for support C, right? So, at the C support, what I am saying is that I have written the slope deflection equation considering this MCB moment. This is, let us suppose this is here the B point, MCB moment at clockwise. Okay, here also I am considering the moment MCD as clockwise. This is MCD nothing, and this is MCB. Okay, now at this support, due to continuity of this beam, if this is clockwise, there will be an anti-clockwise moment, and again there will be some anti-clockwise moment. Okay, so for the equilibrium of this support system, I can write MCB plus MCD equals to 0, right? So now, if we consider that thing like MCD equals to MCD plus 0 and put the value in this equation, I can write 4 by 6 EI theta C plus EI theta BC over with 3 plus EI delta over with 6 plus 4 by 6 EI theta C equals to 0. I can write this equation. Okay guys. So if I solve this thing, if I what you can say that this equation will become 4 EI theta C plus EI theta BC plus EI delta over में 6 equals to 0. Okay. Now you can see that what are the equations we are getting after putting this, after using this slope deflection equation. One equation is this, one equation is this, and one equation is this. Okay. So basically, I am having three equations to solve these four unknowns. Okay. Why I can't use this equation? Because this MAB term is already unknown over here. This MCD is also unknown. Okay. So there is no point on using this equation. This equation will be helpful when we'll write the, what you can say that when we write the end moments. Okay, this equation won't be helpful in calculating the displacement because MAB and MCD is unknown to me. Okay, MAB and MDC, right? So basically, this is the one primary equation I'm getting, and this is the one equation, and this is the other equation. So basically, I'm having here three equations, and four unknowns. Now this is a little bit problematic, okay? Because we cannot find four unknowns with the help of three equations. We need to have one more equation, and that equation will see how to get that equation, okay? Now let us write the equation first over here. I can write, this is the 4 by 3 EI theta C plus EI theta BC over में 3 plus EI delta over में 6 equals to 0. Right, this is the first equation. Okay, second equation will be 4 by 6 EI theta BA minus of EI delta over by 6 equals to 0. Second equation, right? And again, 4 by 6 EI theta C theta BC plus EI theta C over by 3 plus EI delta over by 6 equals to 0. This is equation number 3. Okay. So we need to form one more equation, right? So now let us throw this 120 kilonewton load into the picture. Okay, let us take that 120 kilonewton load into the picture. Okay. So if I draw the free body diagram of this beam, okay, this is A supporting over here, and this is C over here. Okay. And what I did at B, I'm just breaking this. I'm making a cut at B point. Okay. Now I can write this 120 kilonewton. I can assuming that this 120 kilonewton load is coming on this beam. Okay, this BC portion basically. Okay. Now at this point there will be having some shear force. And let us suppose this shear force is acting in vertical direction. I can write it as QB. Okay. Now there is equal and opposite shear force will be acting in downward direction. Okay. So if I join these two portions, I ultimately, and this is the hinge point. Okay. If I join these two portions, I'll ultimately get a load of 120 kilonewton acting at this point B. Okay. So this is how I broke this thing. But you can say that this is way I showed the free body diagram, right? I made a cut at this internal hinge and just show the shear force. Okay. And we'll use this concept to derive our fourth equation. At A, I'm having one anti-clockwise moment MAB, right? There will be a reaction also VA, sorry. At C also, I'll be having one reaction VC, and one anti-clockwise moment is there, which is MCB. So this is the condition, right? We don't know about anything about VA and VC, but we have expression for MAB and what you can say that MAB and MCB. Okay. So now taking summation m about a, summation m about a equals to 0. Okay. Well, now let us do for the equilibrium of the moment. I'm taking the equilibrium about a point. Okay. So this being should be in equilibrium. So I can write, and this distance is basically 6. So I can write qb into 6 due to this load plus MAB equals to 0. Due to VA, there won't be any moment because it is acting at the same point. So that's why I took moment about this A point. Okay. So here I can write QB into 6 equals to minus of MAB. So QB equals to minus of MAB by 6. So this is the first equation. And term it as A. Now let us come to this BC portion. Okay, for this portion, let us calculate the moment about C point. Summation MC equals to 0. Right? So if this is the case, I can write QB into 6 minus 120 into 6, both are in opposite direction. Okay, plus MCB equals to 0. This will be our equation. So I can write QB into 6 equals to, or you can say that QB into 6, and this is nothing but MCB plus 720, MCB plus 720. Okay, so QB I can write MCB divided by 6 plus 720 divided by 6. This will become 120. Okay, so this is the equation number. Let us suppose this is B. Now I know that both the shear forces are equal. Okay, so if this is the case, I can write MCB over by 6 plus 120 equals to minus of MAB over by 6. This I can write. Okay, so MAB over by 6 minus of MCB over by 6 equals to, what you can say that it is 120 minus. Okay, and if I reverse this thing, I can write MCB minus of MAB equals to 720. This is the equation number. This is, let us define this as a C. Okay, so I'm having this equation MCB minus MAB equals to 720. Okay, now in this way we'll get about the force equation. Now you can see that this 120 kilonewton load is also coming into the picture. Okay, so now let us put these values of MCB and MAB in this equation and get the fourth equation. Okay guys, so now putting this value of MCB and MAB on equation number set on this equation. Okay, so MCB we know, right? So I can write 4 EI over with theta C, 4 EI theta C over with 6 plus EI theta BC over with 3, right? Plus EI delta over with 6 minus of what is MAB? Minus MAB is nothing but this value EI theta BA over with 3, and this will become plus EI delta over with 6, and this expression is equals to 720. Okay. So what we can do, let us make it as a simple. Let's make this as simple. So I can write 4 EI theta c over में 6 plus EI theta BC over में 3 plus what you can say that minus EI theta BA over में 3 and this is EI delta over में 3 which is equal to 720. So this is the equation number 4th. Okay. So I can write this as a 4 by 6 EI theta C plus EI theta BC over में 3 minus of EI theta BA over में 3 plus EI delta over में 3 equals to 720, right? Now we need to solve this 4 equation. Okay, we need to solve this 4 equation. That is a little bit tough part. Okay. One thing we can use over here, I can use this condition, I can use this equation, and wherever the theta BA value is there, I can write in terms of E in terms of delta. Okay. In that way, I can reduce this equation into 3 equations. Okay. I can use this equation, and let us put this value of theta BA. Let us put this value of theta BA into this equation. Okay. Now, next step is putting the value of theta BA into equation 4. Okay. So theta BA, I can write 4 by 6 EI theta BA equals to EI delta by 6, right? So EI will cancel out each other, 6 by 6 cancel. So delta equals to 4 theta BA, or you can say that theta BA equals to delta by 4, right? So now let us put the value of theta BA equals to delta by 4 and get the other expression. Okay, so this equation will become 4 by 6 EI theta C plus EI theta BC over में 3, right? And minus of EI by 3, theta BA is nothing but delta by 4. Okay, and this is plus EI delta by 3 equals to 720, right? So so this equation plus 1 divided by 12 plus okay. So this equation will become 4 by 6, 4 by, or I'll write it here, 4 by 6 EI theta B theta C plus EI theta BC over में 3 minus of EI by 4 delta. Okay, EI by 4 delta. This value is nothing but 1 by 12 plus 1 by 3. It's 1 plus 4. So this is nothing but EI delta by 4. This is equal to 720. So I can replace this equation. I don't need this equation now. So this is the equation 4 by 6 EI theta C plus EI theta BC over में 3 minus of EI delta by 4 is equals to 720. Okay. So So theta equals to delta by f. Okay. Now we are having these three equations. Okay, this equation, and this equation. Okay, now you can see that we are having three unknowns in three equations. Okay, so now we need to solve this equation. I can again rearrange this equation like this. This is 4 ei theta c over 3 plus 4 by 6 ei theta bc plus ei delta by 6 equals to 0. Okay. This is ei 3 theta c plus 4 by 6 ei theta b c plus ei delta by 6 equals to 0. So this is the final equation. Okay. And I have rearranged these equations so that we can solve this in calculator. Okay, because in the calculator we can solve this 3 by 3 equation where we are having three unknowns and three equations. Okay, so now let us solve this problem. Now let us find the value of guys. So we made a little mistake in this writing this equation. Actually, in the previous I rubbed that part. Okay, so this equation will be plus. Okay. Okay, so what I made a mistake like this. I add 1 minus 1 by 12 plus 1 by 3. I put the value. It should be, I think it should be plus 1 by 4, but by mistake I put it as minus 1 by 4. Okay, so that's why this mistake came, right? So now we need to solve this equation. So if we solve this equation by using the calculator, now I can write a equals to 4 divided by 3, b equals to 1 divided by 3, c equals to 1 divided by 6, and b equals to 0. b equals to 0. a 4 divided by 6, b is 1 divided by 3, and c is 1 divided by 4. d is 720. a is 1 divided by 3. b is 4 divided by 6. And c is 1 divided by 6. And d equals to 0. So guys, the value which I'm getting, theta c value, theta c is minus of 392.727 over ei. Okay. Theta bc will be minus of 1178.18 over ei. Okay. And delta is equals to 5498.18 over ei. Okay. Now, what is the importance of this negative sign? We have already discussed it. This means this is anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise. Okay. This is also anti-clockwise rotation. And this is delta is positive, means downward displacement. Okay. So this is okay. Now, there is a relation between theta BA and delta. And what was the relation? Is that theta BA equals to delta by 4. Right? So theta BA will be equals to 5498.18 divided by 4. This theta BA equals to 137.545 over ei. And this is positive basically. This is clockwise. Okay. So now you can see that we have found all the displacement corresponding to these node points. Okay. And with the help of these things, we can easily write what are the internal reactions generated at these member ends. Okay. So now let us find what are the member end moments coming on this beam, right? So let us do that thing. And here we need to have these equations. We will use this equation to find the internal forces. Okay, we already developed this relationship between force and displacement. Okay, so now if I use the first equation, what will be the value of MAB? MAB, I can write EI over M3. And what is the value of theta VA? Theta VA we already calculated, 1374.545 over EI, and minus of EI, what is the value of delta? 5498.18 over EI. Okay. So if I solve this thing, EI cancel, this thing cancel out. So the value of this thing, 1374.545 divided by 3 minus of 5498.18. So theta BA EI divided by 3 and 5498. Okay. So EI will cancel out each other. Right, and delta by, okay, this is delta by 6 basically, right? One 1374.545 divided by 3 minus of 5498.18 divided by 6. So MAB value is minus 458.18 kilonewton meter. Okay. So this is the value of MAB we are getting, right? What will be the value of MCD? MCD value will be 4 by 3 of theta C. So if I put the value 4 by 3 into EI, what is the value of theta C? Theta C is minus of 392.727 over EI. Okay, EI will cancel out each other. So this value is 727 into 4 divided by 3. So MCD is 523.636 kilonewton meter. Okay. So this MAB we have calculated, MCD we have calculated. Now what will be the value of MDC? MDC will be 1 by 3 into EI into theta C. Theta C value is minus 392.727 over EI. Okay. So the value comes out to be 392.727 divided by 3. This value is negative. Okay. This value is minus of 130.909 kilonewton meter. Okay, this is the value of MDC. Now we need to find what will be the value of I can write MDC over here minus of 130.909 kilonewton meter. Okay. Now we need to find what will be the value of MCB. Okay, for MCB we will be using this equation. Okay. So now let us put this value in the equation. MCB equals to 4 by 6 EI. What is the value of theta C? Theta C is minus of 392.727 over EI. Okay, plus EI. What is the value of theta BC? Theta BC, where is theta BC? Theta BC is minus 1178.18 divided over 3 EI, right? And what is the value of delta plus EI over 6? Delta value is 5498.18 over EI. So EI will cancel out each other. Okay, these things. So I can write 4 divided by 3 into minus 392.727 minus 1178.18 divided by 3 plus 5498.18 divided by 6. So this is minus 392.727 into 4 divided by 6 and minus 1178.18 by 3 and delta is positive, so 54 is 5498.18 divided by 6. So MCB value comes out to be 261.8 kilonewton meter. Okay. So guys, we have calculated the value of MCB, MDC, all this what you can say that member in moments. Now with the help of that, we'll find this vertical reaction generating at the supports, and also we'll be seeing the shear force and bending moment diagram and deflection diagram. Okay. Guys, we need to change this value. This actually we need to put MCB is basically 4 by 6 of what you can say that it is theta C. Okay. So this value is wrong. Okay. So if you calculate this value, this will be 4 into minus 392.727 divided by 6. Okay. This is minus of 261.818. Okay. Guys, so you need to solve this problem carefully. Means today I made 2 mistakes in this problem. Okay, so you need to solve this problem carefully. Okay, you need to solve this type of problem carefully so you don't make any mistakes. Okay, okay, guys. So now let us find the what will be the shear force and bending moment diagram for this beam. Okay, so let us rearrange these things. So let us rearrange these things and write in a proper manner. Okay. So MAB value is minus of 458.18, right? MBC is 0 because this MBA is 0. Internal hinge MBC is always will be 0. Okay. MCB is equals to 261.8 kilonewton meter. Okay. MCD is equals to minus of 261.818. Okay. And MDC is equals to minus of 130.909 kilonewton meter. Okay. Theta BA is 137.545 over EI. Theta BC is minus 1178.18 over EI. And theta CB, theta CB equals to, where is theta or theta C? You can say theta C is equals to minus of 392.727 over EI, okay, and delta is 5498.18 over EI, okay. So this is the value. This is the value of the, what you can say, value of end moments and displacement we are getting by solving this flow deflection equation. Okay. Now we will see how these forces are. Now we'll see how these forces are acting on this beam, and we'll draw the free body diagram first, and then we will go for this shear force and bending moment diagram, and then displacement. Then you can displacement curve. Okay, or elastic curve you can say. So. So now, if this is the beam, this is the internal hinge, there is some C support at this point, and one fixed support. So this distance is 6, this is 6 again, this is 6 again. There is 120 kN load acting at this point. Okay. Why do we need to draw the free body diagram? Because we need to find those shear force, okay, shear forces and bending moment. We need to see how the forces are distribution along this beam, okay. So this is A, this is B, and this is C, and this is D, right? So if this is the case, at AB, I'm getting this moment in clockwise, anti-clockwise direction. This is minus 4, value is this value, minus 458.18, okay? And I will be having some vertical reaction VA at this point. This should be clear. Okay? At this point, I have assumed that there is one load acting, which is QB, you can say. And this point, there is 120 kN load, and from here, 1 QB. And this support NC, I will be having one moment, which will be, MCB value is, how much MCB value? It's 261.18. 261.8. This is clockwise. There will be some vertical reactions. And again, at this point, what is the value of MDC? MDC is anti-clockwise. This value is 130.909. There will be some vertical reaction VD. Okay. And there again, some vertical action will be there. Okay. So this is the, basically you can say that we show the force at these supports, how the forces are acting, right? So now, let us calculate first what is what will be this value of QB force. Okay. So if this distance is 6, I can write what I can write. I can take summation m equals to 0. Summation m equals to 0. So from here, if I see this thing, I can write 458.18 kilonewton meter. This is nothing but this is what you can say that clockwise, anti-clockwise. So I can write this as negative, okay? And plus QB into 6 will be 0. So from here, if I solve this thing, so QB equals to minus of 458.18 over 6. So this will be the value of QB. So if I write this equation, 458.18 divided by 6. So this value is nothing but this value is 76.36. Okay, right? Same value will be there, but in upward direction, this is also 70.36. Okay. Now we need to find what will be the value of this force. This force. Actually, at C, the section will look like this. Okay. This is some force at C support. Opposite of this force will act. And here also from the same side, and from this side also this thing happened. And to balance this force, there will be some vertical reaction at C. Okay. So basically, they are finding this reaction. Okay. So now, if we want to find this portion, this reaction, I can take summation MB equals to 0. Okay, for this part. So what I can write, due to these forces, it will be 0. So I can write what you can say that VC dash, let us put it as VC dash. VC dash into 6 equals to 261.8. So 261.8 divided by 6 will give you the value 43.63. Okay. So this is the value you will be getting. Now, for this is MCD value will be MCD. That is MCD. This value is minus of 261.818. Now we need to calculate this for this value. Okay. So I can write summation. MD equals to 0. Summation MD equals to 0. So from here I can say that minus of 261.818 minus of 130.909 will be, and this plus VC double dash, let us suppose this is VC double dash into 6 equals to 0. So this value will be 261.818 plus 130.909, 261.818 plus 130.909 divided by 6. So this VC dash will be equals to 65.45. Okay. So this is the case. So this vertical value is nothing but VC double dash equals to 65.45. And opposite of this force will be in downward direction, because if we consider this portion or the summation of forces in vertical direction, so if this force is in acting upward direction, so this force will come in downward direction. So this will be 64.5 in downward direction. Okay, so this is the way we draw the free body diagrams at the supports. Okay. Now we'll see what will be the shear force diagram and bending moment diagram for this beam, right? So guys, now we need to draw the shear force diagram and the bending moment diagram of this beam. Okay, this is a quite important part. So let us draw the shear force diagram. SFD. Okay. So let us come to this point. This VA, if this is 76.36, this VA will be in upward direction. Okay. So this will be 76.36. Okay. And you know that shear force is positive. Like this. If we want to show shear positive direction for shear force, it will look like this. Okay. So now the shear force diagram will start from here. Okay, this value is 76.36, right? And this is positive shear. Let us suppose this is positive. Now for this portion, okay, now for this portion, the value will be 120 minus of 120 minus of 76.36. So this value, this net value will come downward. So the shear force will start from this downward direction, okay? This QB 76.36, so net force will be downward. So the shear force will start from this line. Its value will be again 43.63, okay? So this is the negative shear force diagram. And again, it will go to here. Now for this portion, VC is 65.45 in the upward direction. Okay, so this shear force diagram will start from here. This value is 64.45, right? And this is the positive. And now at the, it will come down like this. Okay. If you start from here, you can see that this shear force is positive, so it will start from there. Okay. Okay, guys. So this is basically the shear force diagram for this this beam. Now let us draw the bending moment diagram. Okay. I'm not using the concept of superposition over here. Okay. In the books, generally they give the superposition principle, but they superimpose the bending moment. But we'll draw the proper bending moment diagram for this beam. Where the hogging will be positive, where the hogging is considered negative. In bending moment diagram, this moment will consider positive. Okay, sagging is positive and hogging is negative, right? So now let us draw the bending moment diagram of this beam. And what are the details I know? At this end, there is some hogging moment of minus 48.3. So our bending moment diagram will start from here. Okay, and this, let us suppose this value is 458.8. Okay. Variation will be linear because there is no UL acting on the beam, only point load. Right? Now, at this end, there is bending moment is 0 because this is internal hinge point. Okay. So bending moment diagram will go linearly like this. And it will be 0 at this point. Right? And again, if you see this, if we consider this portion of the beam, bending moment at the end is 261.8, which is again negative. Right? Because this moment is producing hogging moment. This is hogging moment, okay? So again, it will start from here. Linear variation will be there. And this value is nothing but 261.8 kilonewton meter. Now you can see that this is negative, this is negative. Negative means hogging moment. Okay? Now for the last question. This moment is basically sagging moment. Okay, so it will start from somewhere here. This value is 130.909. Okay. And here you can see that this is negative and this is positive. Okay. So it should cross some at 0 moment at some point. The moment will be 0 at some point. Okay, where the moment is changing in direction, this is basically nothing but this is the point of contraflexion. Contraflexion. Okay. Again, this is negative, this is positive. Okay. So you can see that in this beam, this is the only portion where the sagging, where we are having the sagging moment. Or you can say that the top portion of the beam will be under compression. Okay. This is top of the beam, top beam will be in tension. Okay, so this is the basically the bending moment diagram for this beam, right? Now let us draw the deflection curve of this beam. Okay, deflection curve will be easy. I don't need shear force. Okay, because okay, so now if you want to find the deflection curve of this beam, okay, so deflection curve is also known as elastic curve, okay, and here we are always dealing about the linear elastic situation, okay. These equations are which we have solved for linear elastic thing, right? So now let us draw this deflection curve. Here you can see that this moment is negative, right? Up to this point it is purely negative. Hogging, it means hogging. So at this end A, the slope is 0 basically. So it will bend like this. Okay. Now let us check the theta value. What will be the value of theta BA? What is the value of theta BA? Theta BA we have calculated positive. Okay. Now you check that the value of this theta BA, whether it is positive or negative. So this is the value of theta BA. This is in anti-clockwise direction, so it is positive, right? And this value is 1374.545 over EI. Now, theta, what will be the value of, what is the value of theta BC? Theta BC is negative, so it will bend like this. It is anti-clockwise. This is anti-clockwise rotation, and this value is 1178.18 over EI. And this is the value of delta. This is nothing but delta. Now you can see that this entire portion is under compression, is under hogging. Okay, so this curve will look like this. Okay, and at C you can see that at C you can see that the rotation is basically negative value. It is giving negative, so this is anti-clockwise movement. So this value is 392.7 over EI. Okay, guys. And you can see that this is curve basically. This is not a straight line. This is curve. Okay. So up to this point, there will be top portion will be in tension. Okay. So after this point, it will bend like this. So this is nothing but where this is the point of inflection basically. Point of inflection in displacement curve, right? So here you can see that in this portion top is in tension, and at this end the slope is 0, so theta is 0 basically at this point. So and here also you can see that this top portion is in compression. You can check that from the bending moment diagram also. Okay, so this is the basically, it is not looking like curve here. Right. So this is basically the diagram of the deflection diagram of this beam. Okay, where we have followed all the boundary condition, where theta is negative, positive, we have considered all those things. Okay, so this is the complete analysis of this problem where you are having this load is acting on this 120 kilonewton load. Okay, so you can find this problem in many books. Okay, so this is a good problem. So if you have any doubt regarding this problem, you can write in the comment section how we draw the shear force diagram, how we draw the bending moment diagram. If you have any doubt, you can write. Okay, guys. So thank you very much.